If you're a beer lover with a sense of humor, then you need to grab a pint and join us. Welcome to the Spit or Swallow Beer Review with Shag Dog and Jammer. We're like Santa's reindeer, leading you through the foggy night of craft beers. From shiny red ales to frosty lagers, we'll help you decide if it's a holly jolly sip or a trip up the North Pole. So grab a glass, and let's see if this beer's nose really knows. Cheers.
It's not Christmas. Not Christmas, but that's okay. Christmas every day with the Spit or Swallow Beer Review.
Hey, I'm Jammer.
I am Shag Dog. I'm doing Yuengling Traditional Lager.
The
Traditional
Spit or Swallow Beer Review 2025, Shag
That's
Dog.
right. We're getting it on.
Yeah, you got Yuengling, and I have basically this right here is what does that say there? Proudly serving the real American spirit. Real American beer, light beer brewed in the USA. This is basically Hulk Hogan's endorsed beer.
Yeah. Hulk Hogan's Real American Beer.
Yeah.
It's brewed by the Real American Beer Company, which is in Wisconsin. La Crosse, Wisconsin. Yeah.
Well, you know,
74 you got there on Beer Advocate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Light lager. 74 Beer Advocate.
Got you. I got a tornado of bubbles right now, Shag Dog. It is a tornado. It's just like ripping around.
So it's vortex?
It's pretty awesome. Yeah, it's a vortex.
Man, that's kind of like a tornado tag team match going on there, huh?
Yeah, it's awesome. I really.
I tell you what, Jammer, I don't know. You got that American beer by Hulk Hogan, but did you know they had the premiere Netflix episode of Raw on Netflix the other night, Monday night, and Hulk Hogan got booed when it came out.
What?
Yeah, a lot of people don't like him because it's Hulk Hogan. Oh, take your vitamins, say your prayers, and then a lot of things come out like he's a horrible person, like treating people bad, and then also it's just the way it is, I guess.
Well, you know what? His son did go out and commit a crime, basically, by getting his friend killed.
Yeah, and then his son committed another crime about a year ago or something. I heard he got another DUI thing or something.
Yeah, and Hulk got divorced.
Yeah.
During that time period and all this stuff. You know, I've seen the Hulk several times. A few times in Vinoy Park and then on Clearwater Beach. And, he parked just like everybody else, and paid his little, parking, thing to be able to park there and all that stuff. So, in that sense, I don't think he's getting any preferential treatment,
Yeah. I think a lot of people hate him because it was all those years, take your vitamins, say your prayers, and he got up into WCW and still doing that when he first got to WCW in the early 90s, 93, 94. And people started getting tired of it. But then when he came out to NWO, persona, back to bad Hollywood Hogan, people liked him again. But there's a lot of stories where people hate him because the way he treated people through the years, all these different wrestlers come out and say, well, he's racist, he's this, he's that. But,
Well, anybody that's popular is going to get basically.
Yeah, and he made wrestling. I don't care what they say, anybody else. Because the one guy said, well, Vince McMahon could have taken anybody else back in the 80s and made them the popular star. No, Hogan was it in the 80s.
Yeah, Hogan was it in the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the one who made wrestling what it was.
If Hogan wasn't in WWF from 84 to say at least 87 or 88, WWF would be just as good as the rest of them, WWE, whatever.
Yeah, they would have fell apart.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway,
Hey.
Shag Dog, my beer is very clear, very golden.
It's a light American lager.
Yes, exactly, Shag Dog. So it's very golden. It's got nice bubbles going on. It did have like a little vortex or tornado of bubbles there.
Yeah.
The head quickly dissipated. Now, I am getting some grassy notes along with a little maltiness and a little herbalness there. And you know what? I'm going to dive in and just take a sip. So,
Do it.
Shag Dog, enjoy yours while I'm doing mine here.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if that company makes any other beers besides that. Yeah, let's check. That's all they got is that one beer. Oh, okay. Hey,
You know,
there's a
Shag
super
Dog,
slurp.
it's not a bad beer at all.
Yeah, you know what?
It's got a nice grassy notes to it. I do have a little maltiness, and the hoppiness is there. It's very mild, very easy to drink. It is a typical like what do they call it? Lawnmower beer.
Yeah.
Very easy to drink. Very nice. Very pleasant. I like it. I think in general, if more people would to try this, they would like it, and more people would buy it. Because it's not that expensive from what I remember when I bought it.
I just don't see it.
Grassiness is actually nice. You know.
I just don't see it selling too well. Hulk Hogan is not. You know, it's kind of like Andre the Giant was a great big figure in wrestling, right? 80s, 70s, 80s.
Yeah.
They came out with Andre the Giant beer in 1996. I don't think too many people. Oh my God, you gotta have an Andre the Giant beer. You know, it's just they missed a call. This beer should have came out in like 1987.
Well, you know, the thing about it is, I don't think that you can really, really decide when it comes right down to it. You know what I mean? I mean, let's face it. The beer itself, it's not like it's super special or anything like that. No, it's not. But
Well,
it does have the grassy notes, nice little bitterness to it, which is very mild. The 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 side the glass. What is it? What am I looking at? Not the side of the glass, but the you know what I'm talking about, right? You know the thing.
you know, thing. Yeah. But
I'm just saying, you know, it's not like it's. You drink the beer, you taste it, and everything.
is it comparable to any other light lagers you've had before?
You know, the thing about it is, it's got a unique taste when it comes to that because I don't really taste any other type of light beer with this one. I mean, Coors has its own taste, but it's nothing like this because this has more flavor.
Yeah.
You know, the thing about this beer itself, is like I'm actually impressed with the fact that it does have the flavor, the like partitions of flavor in the sense that it you know the thing.
Yeah. What are you going to give it grade wise?
Grade wise, I mean, this has got the grassy bitterness, sweetness. It lingers enough to make a statement, and it's not boring, you know, in any kind of sense. It's kind of refreshing, actually. It's got a slight edge that kind of like dares you to have another can of it, you know.
Like, gonna get you,
Huh?
gonna get you like, you know, like Hulk Hogan gets when he gets hit a couple times. He like, gets back up on one knee and he gets up and he's like,
Exactly.
"Hey, brother."
Yeah.
Oh,
bro.
sound like that.
It does.
You know, Mean Gene. You know, Mean Jammer.
In general, I think that it is an experience and a celebration, maybe even a bit of a kind of like a dare, or what is the word I'm looking for? It's not
Double dog dare. Daring Adventure.
A daring adventure because it's very entertaining to drink and everything. It's got the grassy bitterness and so forth. Very easy to drink. I mean, what was the ABV on this again?
Well, it's a light lager. I'm gonna say
4 point something.
4.2.
4.2. So I mean, it's very light.
A typical light lager, yeah.
But you know what, Shag Dog? It has flavor. That's the
That's
craziness.
good. So it's kind of like a Miller Light compared to Coors Light or Bud Light. Maybe a
Miller
little
Lite doesn't even taste like this. It just
Well-
has a nice grassy,
Oh, a bit of grassiness.
kind of nice malty hoppiness to it.
Yeah. Well, let's get to that score, Jammer. I want to get some Hulkamania.
All right, so the score that I would give this, being that it's so unique in many ways, I would give this.
Does it taste like it's the Hulk Hogan's coming in between Macho Man and Elizabeth type feeling? Like when you drink that, does it feel like you're going to split Macho Man and Elizabeth up?
Elizabeth Taylor?
No, Elizabeth, Macho Man's wife, his manager, Miss Elizabeth.
I would say that this beer here actually has a nice flavor and a nice taste. I don't think that it would split it in the sense because if you are staying up to date with it, in the sense that you're not letting time pass before you become involved with it again.
Yeah.
Some people let time pass, waiting to try it again in order to reach the level or the what is the word?
The top rope.
You know when like when you're driving a vehicle, you shit.
You know, you're getting to that top rope and you're going to jump off, right?
Well, I mean, I think that this beer has the ability to,
Give you a body slam, right?
yeah, and
A little bit of a pile driver, maybe.
I would say this is like a B plus and a swaff.
Yeah. I can see Hulk Hogan doing a leg drop on this one.
Because it's got the flavors and everything. It's not like a typical light beer or a typical
Right.
beer,
I mean,
lager beer.
Does it feel like Hulk Hogan whipped you to the rope and going to give you the big boot as you're coming back to the chin?
No, it doesn't feel like anything like that. It doesn't feel like anything associated with wrestling or anything. But
Come on, you got to live with it.
I know. I wish I could say that, but I mean, I don't think it has anything to do with it. I think it actually surpasses anything that the wrestling aspects would have brought to the table.
How about Hogan when he's all sweaty? Does it feel like
That's
that?
what I'm saying. It surpasses all that crap because it actually is a good tasting light beer.
Okay. Yeah, there's no getting over you, Jammer.
Well, I'm just saying it's like it's a tasting light beer.
All right, well, you know, Hulk Hogan popularity soared in the mid 80s, leading in the creation of the Hulkamania.
Well, let's don't
phenomenon.
try to relive the past. Let's just go with the future.
You know, he had legendary feuds with Roddy Piper, Andre the Giant,
Yeah,
Paul
and they're all
Orndorff,
dead.
Macho Man, Randy Savage. No, wait, Macho Man, Paul Orndorff. Yeah, they're all dead. Damn, you're right. Oh, Ric Flair's still alive at least, right?
Is he?
Yeah, Ric Flair's still alive.
Nah, he's dead.
No, Ric Flair's still alive. Yeah, but
Ric
he's not.
Flair is dead. He just
Ric-
doesn't know it.
But Roddy Piper, Paul Orndorff, Andre the Giant, and Macho Man, yeah, they're all dead. Yeah, you're right. You know, he had a signature move called the leg drop, and body slam became, whatever.
Shag Dog, I'm just going to tell you, it has a nice grassy maltiness to it. It's actually, I'm surprised. I would say that this beer is more of American beer. It's more of a true patriot. More of the category of beer than American beer. You know, I will say that the name Real American Beer is probably more accurate than what they actually believe themselves.
I like that, Jammer. I like that. Yeah, he's a real American hero.
I mean, let's face it, Hulk, he's an all right guy and everything like that.
You know
Nothing
what?
special.
I don't blame him. He was the best. He drew in the most money back then. Of course, he's going to give, some people some push and some people not.
Yeah.
If you kissed his ass good, maybe you got a push. If you didn't, oh well, you didn't get the pay-per-view event, whatever. But he raised a lot of people up, and it wouldn't have been even good in the wrestling business.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
Paul Orndorff. I mean, Paul Orndorff was okay, but he wasn't really Mr. Wonderful until he got wonderful with Hogan, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Mr. Perfect was a pretty good tactical wrestler and everything, so he was really good actually, and he had some good moments with Hogan. But I think he would have made it on his own. But he wasn't Hogan. Who else? He raised a lot of wrestlers that would have never been known. He raised them up a little bit, or even more so than it would have been. So I don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even the shitty wrestlers he wrestled, the Earthquake and who else? There's a couple other One Man Gang.
Yeah.
You would have never heard about those guys if they didn't wrestle Hogan. Even if you did hear about them, you wouldn't remember them today. You only remember them because of Hogan.
So, if anything, Hogan bring more attention to them.
King Kong Bundy, another one.
Well, you might have heard it from Al.
Who? Formaldehyde? Aldehyde? Al Bundy? Oh, Al Bundy.
Al Bundy. Yeah.
Not King Kong, but his brother Al.
Yeah.
King Kong tried out for Poke High. He was just too big for the helmets.
Yeah.
But Al scored 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I'm amazed you remember that.
Yeah. Hogan, I hated Hogan myself. I mean, it was just overplayed. It was like Hogan. I wasn't even a Bob Backlund fan at all. But when Bob Backlund lost the belt to the Iron Sheik, and then a week later, Hogan shows up and beats the Iron Sheik for the belt, coming down, Bob Backlund, walk with him, and Hogan goes in there and beats the Iron Sheik, takes the belt. I'm like, Hogan doesn't. Him and Bob Backlund, it looked like they don't even know each other. I knew it as a kid. It was like, a weird setup. And then you never saw Bob Backlund again after that for many years.
Yeah.
So I think Hogan came in there like, all right, Bob Backlund, you're not going to be champion anymore, but we won't let you lose to Hogan. We're going to make you lose to the Iron Sheik, and then Hogan's going to come in the next week and beat the Iron Sheik 2 weeks later. Yeah. I'll tell you what, Jammer. Hulkamania. Hulkamania always said to take your vitamins and minerals, but he never knew the vitamins and minerals were in the head of a beer.
Yeah, that's true.
Only Jammer knew that. So.
Yeah, that's true.
I think you're going to drink a couple beers and beat Hulk Hogan with your vitamins and minerals. And say a couple prayers, too.
I think at this point, I should just go to bed.
Yeah, you probably should. All right, Jammer. Well, it was nice seeing you once again. The Spitter Swallow Beer Review.
Yes, my friend. You want to do one more?
No, I'm done. You probably should get to bed. You got to go to bed work in what, 5 hours?
Yeah, that's true.
Something like that. 6 hours?
Yeah.
Hey, get to bed, buddy.
You're such a Debbie Downer.
Hey, I'm only a Debbie Upper when it comes to work.
You're a Debbie Downer. You really just, Have you seen Gladiator 2?
No.
Gladiator 2. You remember...
Gladiator 1?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
I don't know what they call it Gladiator 1, but yeah, I saw Gladiator.
You remember the daughter of the Caesar?
Right. The one Joaquin Phoenix was probably having sex with.
Lucilla?
Yeah. Is she in it?
Yes.
Same lady?
She's actually in it. The same lady.
Oh, that's good. At least one person's in it.
And she,
Who's she having sex with this time?
different guy.
Well, at least it's singular, not plural.
Yeah. Well, what I was getting at is that she. Shit.
She's a lady.
She, at the end of the original movie, remember Gladiator, Russell Crowe was on the ground because he died and all that stuff? Right?
He's floating through the wheat field.
Well, at that point, they show her taking her son and rushing to a chariot, right, to tell him go with them and be safe, you know.
Okay.
Because he was the only true heir to the throne.
Okay.
And so her son left. Well, what happens with her son when he leaves, is the fact that he becomes, he actually gets accepted into another culture and all that stuff, you know, throughout. And he's defending I forget what country it is, but he's defending the country and gets invaded by Rome again. And Rome turns around and defeats them and kills the guy he considered his father or brother and everything and so forth. And he ends up losing his wife and all that stuff.
It's a long story, Jim.
Just like Gladiator did it originally. Lost his wife, right?
Okay, so they take him back as a gladiator, slave.
He becomes a slave
Ah.
and is following the footsteps of his father, basically. Because his father is Russell Crowe.
Oh, I did not know that. So the little redheaded kid in the original one, the little crybaby, it played in with Bruce Willis in that one movie.
So it's kind of interesting, and I like how they tied it together and everything. I thought that was pretty good and all that stuff. But in general, it was crazy because
Sounds like a lot of drama.
it was very dramatic and it was very entertaining. As far as sequels go, I thought that was a pretty darn good sequel.
All right, well, check it. Check it out when it's free.
What's your problem? You can't talk?
I'm yawning.
You were Johnin. What's
Yawning. All right, let you go because I got to pee.
What?
Probably going to go to bed myself. Huh?
What?
Yeah, you better get to bed because
Chicken butt.
You can't afford to call in.
That's what I say, chicken butt.
All right, then. Well, make sure you kiss the ground when you go to Rome.
Yes, I will kiss the ground upon I walk on.
All right. We'll see you in a couple weeks, folks. Hopefully,
on is holy.
We'll see you in a couple weeks, folks, when Jammer is feeling a little less holy.
What?
It comes back down to earth and loses.
I am earthly bound.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, we'll see you on the next one. Spit or Swallow Beer Review.
Cheers, my friends. Take care. I am Jammer.
All right. And I am Shag Dog.
Spit or Swallow Beer Review 2025.